So hey guys, and welcome back to Budget Nomad, and welcome to Danang Beach. Okay, let's get started. So when it comes to accommodation, I'd highly recommend this place. It's called Galbian 2 Hotel. This is the place. I'd highly recommend it. It's one of the nicest hotels. I've stopped in about 5 altogether, and I found this one's the best. The rooms are really nice, the aircon works, the Wi-Fi works, the people are very friendly, you can rent motorbikes, it's very clean. Laundry is literally like $2 for like 3 kilos, so it's very, very cheap if you can get your laundry done. Service is excellent, and the best part is it's $110 a week for a hotel that's right by the beach. They also have places like this that are like hotel and apartment, so you can rent for a month. Rental prices start at around $300 or $400 a month, so it's pretty reasonable to rent an apartment as well as a hotel. When it comes to food in Danang, there's such a plethora of choice. You can come to places like this, cost you about $2 to $4 per meal, very, very cheap. Obviously you can get the banh mi, which I'll show you now. If you're looking for a cheap meal, breakfast, lunch or dinner, you can get these. You can come here and get banh mi. It's basically like a French baguette sandwich, very tasty, which is about less than 75 cents. So the cheapest meal you can get in Vietnam really is that. You can also order or grab any kind of food you want. You can order vegan food, vegetarian food. I've been ordering a lot of salads and stuff. You can also get Western food like McDonald's, KFC. You pretty much have everything here in Vietnam. One of my favourite places I came to is here, this place. It's called Comeback. They really do a really nice pho. They also do some really nice beef dishes. And also for some reason, you get a really nice breeze in this restaurant. So I really highly recommend it because it's actually really hot in Danang. And if you want to sit outside, this is a really nice place because you get a beautiful breeze. So this is a typical meal you can get. This is what's called chicken phobo. Basically, it's spicy chicken noodles. You get an orange juice and water. This comes to 100,000, which is about $4. That's how cheap it can be. You can actually get these cheaper, but this is at a train station, so I think this is an average price really. About $4 for your total meal per meal. So if you're looking for a good breakfast, healthy breakfast, nice atmosphere where you can work, a cafe, come to Vo's Kitchen. They're about $5 to $6 for a good meal and coffee and water. And they give you really nice things like a cold towel when you come in, and the Wi-Fi works really well here, 140 megabytes a second. So when it comes to food shopping, there's loads of little marts like this. The best one's called Vinmart. I can't actually find one around here. There is loads, as you can see, there's another one there. Most prices are pretty cheap. The only thing I would say is things like deodorant seem to be more expensive. They're about $4 or $5 per one. So things like that are quite expensive, but as for everything else, very, very cheap. Obviously the beach is the main thing. You can sunbathe here. There's some sunbathers. You can, just buy a drink and you can use one of their sunbathers, or bring a big beach towel, which you can buy in town for very cheap, maybe 10 or 20, 30,000 dong, or about $1, so they're not really that expensive. One of the best things about Danang though, it's a very walkable city. It's very flat, it's very easy to get about. When you go in town, some of the parts are quite busy with traffic, but if you walk down the main boulevard, they've built like very wide pavements, and then there's no cellars on them, so it's probably the best place to walk up and down if you want to exercise or walk on the boulevard like this, up and down the beach. Although Vietnam is renowned as one of the cheapest countries to travel in the world, things like massages are really not that cheap. Normally you can get it for around $13 per hour. This one's actually a little bit more expensive, actually $20 an hour. Obviously it is a little bit posher, but compared to Thailand, where it's about $6 or $7 per hour, it's about double the price. So massages are certainly not that cheap here in Danang. At night, Danang comes alive. There's loads of stuff to do. There's fire shows and everything. You've really got a lot to do and see. There's loads of bars. Beer here is about $1 to $2, so it's really not that much. When it comes to money in Danang, it's quite frustrating really, because there's not many money changers. So if you bring US dollars, it's quite hard to change the money. You can find some like motorbike rental places that change it, but there's no official ones. Or you could go to a bank like this, but again, it's a bit of a pain in the arse. And then you think, well, I'll go to the ATM, but unfortunately you can only take out about 3 million dong, which is about $120 per time. So you get charged about $3 or $4 per transaction, which is quite expensive really. So it's really frustrating really in Vietnam. You can only take very small amounts of money out at any one time. So if you're buying something for like $400 or $500 cash, it's going to cost you a lot in ATM fees, or trying to get it changed will be a nightmare. When it comes to banking, I recommend Wise. Wise offer a multi-currency account that you can keep up to 50 different currencies in. So open a borderless account today and get started. Link in the description. So when it comes to internet, most hotels and Airbnbs, they have good Wi-Fi. But if you do want a SIM card and you can tether your phone, you can go and buy one here at Vinafone. There is VTL, but Vinafone have kind of taken over as the better one now, especially in the cities. They seem to have a better signal. It's a bit weird. I paid $12 at the airport for a 30-day SIM, and that gives me 6 gigabytes a day of data. So it's not unlimited, but 6 gigabytes is quite a lot per day. If you are a remote worker, another good place to come is Highland Coffee. The coffees are not that expensive, they're air conditioned, and they have quite a few throughout the city. They're definitely cheaper than Starbucks, and the coffee's quite delicious. When it comes to healthcare here in Danang, it's very good. There are pharmacies everywhere. Most of them speak English. They're open 24/7, and you can get pretty much anything you want, including antibiotics. You don't need a prescription, so it's very easy to get whatever you need. There are hospitals, there are doctors who speak English, obviously, and you can use your travel insurance. So in terms of healthcare, I really wouldn't worry about Vietnam. You can pretty much get decent healthcare here in Danang. If you want to stay healthy abroad, I always recommend having travel insurance. Never leave home without it. The travel insurance I use is Safety Wings. They offer comprehensive travel insurance for €50 a month. Link in the description. So when it comes to transport here in Danang, they've got a really good train station that basically follows the coast, and it goes right up to the north, past Hanoi to Sapa, and then right to the south, right down to Ho Chi Minh City. When it comes to getting around the city, one of the most interesting ways, actually, they've got these bicycles everywhere. You just download a QR code and you can take one of the bicycles. It's pretty simple. Really, really good. The most obvious way as well is you've got Grab, the motorbikes you can take, download the app and you can use that. Just make sure you've got a SIM card. You'll need a SIM card. But the safer way I would recommend actually is to take the taxi. Unless you're in a rush, the taxis are definitely more safe, and they're only about double the price, which does sound a lot, but you're talking about difference between $1 and $2. Really, the taxis are not that expensive, and they're probably a lot safer than the motorbikes. I'm not saying I never take the motorbikes. I tend to take the motorbikes just on short runs. Okay guys, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, turn on that notification button, and I'll see you next time.